What is up, guys? SK here, and today we're going to talk about this interview that Invent Global had with Black Desert's developers Pearl Abyss, and it's going to be about a new skill system and the Great Sea that will arrive this summer, which I'm pretty much hyped about because, of course, I love Black Desert as a game, but any changes that increase, the content in the game and change around the fight system in the game, I'm all for. So we're gonna go ahead and bounce around a few in here because some of the questions are off base or talking about shy and the player count and stuff like that, and we don't really care about those right now. We're gonna go straight into the succession stuff real quick. Can characters who have already awakened the use succession weapons? The answer is it's possible, but you won't be able to do it mid-combat. So you won't be able to switch between awakening and succession weapons like you do with the awakening and regular weapons. When we talk about the awakening system, biggest flaw is that class's playstyle sees a large change once you awaken. That is true because a lot of people don't like the fact that once you awaken, you drop everything you learned about your class, pretty much. Like Witches and Wizard, you've pretty much become a focused, you become a long-range focused, spam one button class. And when you awaken, it actually gets a lot better for Witch and Wizard when you awaken, especially for PvP. But other classes like Rangers, they go from being able to be mid-range, close range to mid-range, to having to be close range with no super armors and nothing to get through enemy super armors, and it actually gets a lot harder for Rangers. As much as I don't like Rangers, I do wish to see some type of balance in there. So hopefully they're working on that as well. Although there were a lot of players who didn't like that sudden change in playstyle, they were still forced to play the awakening part of the class due to how powerful it is. This was a mistake on our part, which they could admit their mistakes, that's great. It's always bothers. With the succession system, we feel that some of those complaints towards awakenings will disappear. Simply put, the succession skill system allows players to opt out of awakening and continue pre-awakening side of the class's skill set. So does that mean we're going to be able to get stronger pre-awakened skills, like beyond the what skills we have right now, the bomb skills and stuff like that? Like, are we going to be able to get stronger skills beyond that, or are they just going to give us a bunch of new skills that we haven't seen yet? Let's see. We're going to skip this part over here because it's about Shy, and nobody really cares about Shy right now. It's been released. It's nothing new anymore. Next question is, what's the difference between Black Desert Mobile Succession and succession system and the Black Desert Online succession system? I'm guessing Black Desert Mobile has succession. I haven't really played through Black Desert Mobile. I had it downloaded for a while, but it was the Korean version, and I wanted to wait for the American version because I get impatient in trying to run through the game and not understanding anything about the game. In VGame, if you choose to go the succession route, you can only choose to use the succession weapon and skills. It goes the same for Awakening. You can only choose to go with the Awakening path. You're stuck with nothing but the Awakening weapons and skills. In BDO, however, you won't be forced to play with just one of the two. You won't be forced to play with one of the two. You won't have to sell your Awakening weapon once you take the succession route. Even if you're playing a succession character, we're planning to allow that character to take a few Awakening skills and use it freely. That's cool. We're skipping over the Shy questions again. I don't know, they just bounced in between, back and forth between Shy and succession. We don't know about the succession stuff. The succession system revolves around powering up pre-awakening skills. How do you make new succession skills unique when compared to the previously existing pre-awakening skills? And the answer is that's something that we're currently thinking about. Succession skills on classes such as Witch, Wizard, Ranger, and Archer undoubtedly share a lot of similarities with pre-awakening skills. That's because the basic skills are nearly identical to each other, but for Witches and Wizards, I feel the succession will revolve around lightning and fire, respectively. Okay, that makes sense. Which classes will get succession first? Warrior, Valkyrie, and Ranger successions are also being developed currently, but I'm not sure which will be released first from the two. Okay, so Warrior is already being developed, but Ranger and Valkyries are being developed at the moment right now. So if they release it like how they did Awakening, they're gonna release the Warrior, then they're gonna release the next class, and the next class how they did with Awakening on PC, which balancing, but whatever, This is a question about their player base. Back to Succession. Can you skip Awakening entirely and move straight to Succession? And the answer is it's possible. Depending on your playstyle preference, you can choose which path you want to take. And this is a question that's actually been bugging me about this game. Out of the 18 classes, some have HP recovery on attack while some don't. This could put the later class at significant disadvantage when grinding. What's your opinion on this subject? We're always thinking of ways to We're always thinking about the ways to properly balance different classes. However, we aren't going to simply add recovery on hit or resource recovery on hit to every class to classes that don't naturally have them. If you want to play a type of class, we're always thinking of ways to properly balance the different classes. However, we aren't going to simply add recovery on hit or resource recovery on hit to classes that don't naturally have them. If you want to play that type of class, you can play something different. Our direction in balancing is to maintain each class's unique features while ironing out the inconvenient ones. Some classes are largely inferior to others in PvP. How will succession affect this? The answer is a lot of players have complaints regarding their classes. I believe succession will solve a lot of the existing balancing issues. So that's great. Now, this is one thing I'm really looking forward to. In regards to the Grade C update, I'm curious if it'll bring an entirely new type of content or will simply evolve around grinding and life skills. The answer is you can say that it's an entirely new type of content. The gameplay will be completely different from the one you're used to on land. A lot of the gameplay mechanics on land will not apply in the Grade C. You can pretty much consider the Grade C to be a separate game from BDO. In the Grade C update, you can create your own vessel, hire crews, hunt pirates, and commerce with others. Currently, BDO players largely define themselves to life skillers and PvE/PvP players, as if the two are playing two completely different games. But in truth, both still do a little bit of everything. The Grade C will be different. When it's released, I have a feeling the player base will be divided into sea players and land players. The base of the Grade C update will center around venturing the vast sea and its islands. I am so ready for this. When BDO first came out with their ferry system, I think it was like just a straight week chopping wood just so I could make the boat. And then they made the next boat, and I spent like a good week and a half making that boat, getting the items for that boat. And oh my god, this is exciting for me because I really wanted ocean content in this game. I felt like this game's ocean content was lacking when they did bring that out, because I pretty much just surfed through the whatever we had right now and not really having to deal with any problems. But now that we're going to be able to hire crew members and hunt pirates and just experience sea life, that's going to be awesome. For the last question, please tell us how you develop and manage BDO moving forward. The answer is, of course, we're doing our best not only to work hard, but we'll do well. Please continue to show love and support for Black Desert. I feel the same. I'll sincerely do my best. Black Desert is our very first title. It's a game that grew to what it is today with its players. Now that we're self-servicing the game, we'll pay more attention to the management side of BDO, quickly fixing conveniences the players may feel. The root of BDO's IP is its online features. That's why we're putting a lot of emphasis on that part. We'll do our best to keep Black Desert fresh and entertaining, whether it be 5 or 10 years from now. Please watch over and root for us. Yeah, these guys, they're doing something amazing with this game. I'm not sure what they're planning on with this whole succession system thing, but they seem to want to actually go ahead and fix the game from what it was before. And I'm not saying the game needs a lot of fixes, but it does need some fixes, and they're seeming to want to address those soon enough. I do agree, however, that the Awakening system was kind of an unfair push, because it does change the dynamic of a lot of classes, and it shifts you out of how you play the class to this whole new play style that some people just weren't ready to accept. Like a lot of players on BDO Xbox, whenever they got their Berserker Awakening, they just didn't like the class anymore and quit. The same thing went for some warriors. They got their Awakening, they didn't like the class and quit. And most of the Musas that went Musas that when they got their Awakening loved the class after that. They hated it in the beginning. And that's probably a good thing for them that they actually got to play the class they wanted to play. But like I said, a lot of people don't like the classes that they have post Awakening. And the fact that Succession is going to focus more on pre-Awakening, I think a lot of people will be able to get back the classes that they wanted to play before, or the classes that they wanted to focus on before. And so hopefully that is something that happens with the succession system. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. I'll continue to do more video content because BDO is my main game right now. And I'll see you guys in the future. And peace.